opportunity to answer any one question posed to another candidate. Feel free, folks, to go ahead and take notes.
The city needs to look at the surrounding areas and see how they're running their economic development. At this time, economic development in this city, on average, if you look at the financial part of it, they're taking up 70% of their budget for salary. They're supposed to look at 5 new leads a month. I don't think they're doing that. If they are, I'm not seeing it. Their due diligence, they need to do a better job. They need to go out there and get it. They need to promote Sioux City, bring these jobs here. That's bottom line. That's all they got to do is just promote this town. It's an excellent area. You got a lot of excellent infrastructure here. You got a main interstate running through here. You got excellent BN facility on the north end of town. You can bring the businesses here. You just got to promote it and get it.
It's unfortunate that the engineering department of the city has had some problems with regards to how it relates to these issues and the support that they can give to the city and alleviate them before they come to pass. And also FEMA, of course, with their maps and how they've come out over a long period of time before they finally figured out who it was going to affect and whether it was going to affect, whether it was going to be enforced. Those questions are difficult. But obviously, it is the city's responsibility to try to alleviate expenses, unnecessary expenses to the taxpayers if they could, through infrastructure reinforcement or rebuild. And that is something that the city will have to look at, put into their CIP, and get accomplished, because that should be done to alleviate for those taxpayers and homeowners and business owners for having to buy federal flood insurance because they're in a floodplain.
I think, first of all, the best example I can give is by my leadership in being an example. Ginger, my wife, and I have purchased a condo downtown, and we are part of living downtown today, and we enjoy it very much. We strongly believe in the fact that a strong community has these things, these amenities offered to it. It's not going to be totally easy to add to that, but it is important that we do that. I think the part of your question that I would disagree with is that tightening budgets may prohibit it. I believe that as a result of the announced construction sites at CF Industries, the Mid-America project, the continued growth of our good companies like Sabre Industries should indicate very strongly that next year our budgets will be in better shape than they've been for a number of years. And so to start from the premise that we've got to cut more budgets, I think is not the right way to go. I think there will be opportunities, and we can make that happen.
I think the qualifications the city should be looking for, Woody, for a new city manager probably start with an MPA, a Master's in Public Administration. I think that's important. I believe that he should probably have some finance background also, either a finance director or a budgeting person of, with a governmental entity. I also think that city managers are unique individuals. They need to be ambassadors for the city, and for that reason I believe that we really need to take a look at an individual who will be a good ambassador for the city, who will meet with citizen groups, will be a good listener, will be a good problem solver in the community. I think the better we know people and people know the government, the better the whole system works. I also think the city manager will be involved a lot in evaluating personnel in the department, and that's important as well.
I think it's important for council members to hear the case of the property owner and the reason for the red tag and what's being done to remove their red tag, what steps are being taken. Every situation seems to have different circumstances that need to be taken into account. So I think actually having a due process and having fair hearings on red tag houses is extremely important. As far as leniency, it's the will to work with the people of this community so that we will have better neighborhoods and can maybe remedy some of the problems without actually doing demolition.
Well, it should be an enterprise fund. Now, one thing you have to understand too as a taxpayer is that a lot of these stormwater requirements come from a higher level of government, and we're essentially in need to comply. And also, if we are proactive in our stormwater abatement, that's going to save us money in the future on repairs on roads. You know, you see a lot of time washed out roadways, whether it be our most recent paving patch over in Morningside, or if you're looking, Indian Hills is an area with a relatively new road. There's cracks everywhere, and there's, basically, if we were better about getting stormwater abated and on schedule, then we would have less capital projects in the future fixing the damage from them. So an enterprise fund's the best way to do it, because then any landowner essentially has to pay into that, and then it keeps it off the property tax dollar side.
Yes, we have over 90 million budget coming in and over 290 in debt. So this is, we have about 69%, and our limits is 70%. So what will I do to alleviate this problem? I will lobby the federal and the state officials to bring our fair share to our community. We need to put pressure in the federal level and bring those monies to the city for the CIP. And alleviate our debt that we currently have. And I have experience in the fiscal management, serving 4 years, reading the statements. I will suggest to be more, I'm not micromanaging the budget, but as a council, I will oversee leadership in the fiscal department.
Jobs. We need to get better jobs. We need to get industry in here. We need to get higher paying jobs, because if you get higher paying jobs in here, that will increase the tax base. That will also, by doing that, increase revenue for the city. We need to attract business. We need to attract companies to say, why don't we build here in Sioux City? We've got infrastructure, we've got the workforce, we need to utilize it. And I want the city to try to do so.